to the Cinementalists. Noun, plural. Definition, those whose love for movies runs so deep, they can't help but do a podcast about them. Hosted by Colton Robertson and Joseph George. Hello everybody and welcome in to the Cinementalists, where today we are celebrating my boy Joseph's birthday with Eyes Wide Shut, originally releasing on July 16th, 1999, written for the screen by Stanley Kubrick with the help of another gentleman, and I don't have the credits pulled up because I wasn't ready for this part of it. Written for the screen by Stanley Kubrick and Frederick Raphael, inspired by Traum Novelle by Arthur Schnitzler, directed by Stanley Kubrick. I am Colton Robertson, and I am joined by the birthday boy, Joseph George. What's up, buddy?
Oh, what up, what up? Always a pleasure to be here.
Oh, and it's always a pleasure to have you. Happy birthday, my friend.
Thank you.
And what a gift it is to watch Eyes Wide Shut for the first time. How are you feeling on the other side of your first viewing?
I guess maybe not a normal birthday or a go-to birthday movie, I don't know. But for me, it was just kind of clear to go here. I needed more Kubrick under my belt. I knew I just love every movie I've seen from him, and this one, as you marketed to me, and anything I've just heard of the movie, it's like like Secret Society, Kubrick, just Tom Cruise, Nicole Kidman. I'm like, yeah. I mean, I don't really need to hear more.
Let's fucking go.
So yeah, I was I was ready. I kind of knew. I didn't really have any other movies in mind. It was weird. It just kind of it came to the forefront, and it just felt like what we had to do. And I guess sorry to kind of build the whole month of March around it purely. But I think it's
much worse concepts to build around. Secret Societies has been a great time, and it's brought us to a few really, really fun movies, a few really good movies, and this is a great movie. I love Eyes Wide Shut. I think I watched it for the first time Christmas time, 2024, roughly. It was in December. I remember that for sure. And I remember just being completely enamored by it. Like, it's got this kind of mesmerizing quality that one of the only movies I can think to compare it to confidently in the way it makes me feel and the way I'm just like fully enveloped in it is Cure. Which is interesting. There's nothing like literally that's making that happen. It's just, I don't know. I as far as the feeling it gives me, that's how wrapped up I am in it. That's the only movie I can really think to compare it to.
Yeah, it's got that horror-ish kind of. It's never truly like scary,
that thriller,
but it's like it for some reason you do feel a little scared, and it's maybe just the reality shattering of it all. But yeah, no, it is enveloping, kind of like Cure. Like it is like you're just so curious. Like the morbid curiosity gets the better of me too. It's like, I mean, it's like you have to know once you have that little breadcrumb. Like it'd be so hard to give it up and to stop going down that path. And it's kind of the whole movie. I mean, Kubrick is like I feel like is the most Lynchian of his that I've watched, and he is stranger, or he's not like the normal run of the mill director,
not a normal guy.
But this one, I don't know. It felt it's post peaks. It's like I felt like there were some true inspirations, and the red curtains. I don't know. They were just everywhere.
Red curtains,
they were
blue
going,
light. Yeah.
Blue rose in there at one point, on a lapel. I was, the Lynch alarms were going off, and it was like, I don't know if my mind is just kind of more tuned to Lynch now. I like to see him in everything, not just movies. I like to relate.
I don't know that
little
it's
thing, but.
Oh, I mean, it's the Cinementalists. Did you think that we were gonna go, 15 minutes without mentioning David Lynch? No, I don't think it's a far cry to call this in some capacity inspired by
Hmm.
David Lynch's work. Not purely. It's obviously uniquely Kubrick. It's his work, and there's no doubt about that. And he's not. There's nothing about the movie that screams like, "Oh, that is a David Lynch
Hmm.
homage" or anything like that. No, it's a tone thing. When we talk about
Hmm.
combining sight, sound, performance, editing, and all these things to create an unsettling, somewhat creepy and vaguely surreal feeling, we call that Lynchian. That's what we call it. Like that's something David Lynch has done, and that's something this movie does in spades. It does it plenty of times, and it doesn't feel like a far cry to call it Lynchian. Not to mention that we are on the other side, like you said, of peaks. Fire Walk with Me. We're on the other side of like 7 out of 10 things, 7 out of 10 feature films that Lynch did in his career. Kubrick was a noted fan of Eraserhead. He loved Eraserhead. I don't think it's impossible to say,
Dang.
oh yeah, that's definitely the
Yeah.
comparison to make there.
Did Lynch want to go down this route but couldn't quite yet, with One Eye Jacks, and like this he's trying, maybe a little bit. But he couldn't make
Well,
it
and
the
how
whole
much of it
show.
is just the
Um
how much is it that this concept is just so
dang.
heartbreakingly prevalent that it's
Mm.
something that
Yeah, no. Actually,
is going to get written?
no, it's pure. It is fiction. No, it is just for the movies. No, it couldn't be not anything in the real world at all. It's not possible. Yeah, no, that's. I guess yeah, that is the more devastating, very
I mean, come on.
likely answer.
How ridiculous is it in concept? A bunch of rich, powerful people getting together and coercing people to do sexual
Mm-hmm.
things.
Yeah.
That's we don't like to. I don't like to. I don't like it. Nah, man, it sucks. It really fucking sucks, and that's what's like. It makes this movie a really tough watch at points because you're fully aware at many points, given the there's a lot of questions of it all, of like what's truth, what's a lie, what's a dream, to go back to that Lynch sort of aspect.
Mm-hmm.
But these women don't seem like active desiring participants in this in this
No.
trade, as it were, under threat of death if leaving.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Not much of a choice there, and yeah, it is just all evil, all bad, and very like I think you always go back and forth on like who's you never that you're choosing sides between Alice and Bill, but I think there it's nice that like there is the clear evil ritualistic
Right.
cults, whatever you want to call them, the group.
Well, and even there's an even greater antagonist that's more of like an idea, which is
Mm-hmm.
this body, this immovable force of bad, continually getting away with doing something bad because it can,
Mm-hmm.
and it's subjecting these women to, whatever it pleases because it can.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's
And that sort of ritualistic, there comes a point when you arrive and you kind of see what they're all about, and they do this thing and you go, what the fuck is even the point of doing all this chanting? You know what I'm saying? Like all
mm-hmm.
this,
Yeah.
I think it just adds to the taboo side of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, this makes it seem more like something we're not supposed to do. So we're going to keep
Mm-hmm.
doing that.
Yeah, we live for the juice, the drama, and it's like we're any way to make it weirder is better. And yeah, like all the masks and just how strange all of them are is like the weirder an expression can be, it just adds even more to this weird thing we got going on. And I do wonder, like, do you think the people who are established and who are in there and have been in there for a while, do you think they have a good idea of who the others are, or do you think it is truly like no one actually knows anyone? in here.
I get the
And
impression that once you're in, and yes, they do know each other. And I get that from Sidney Pollack's character, Victor, being like, if I told you some of their names,
that's
like if
true.
I told you some of the people who were in that room.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think that there is a familiarity amongst them, which again, and it maybe not a familiarity amongst all of them, but a familiarity amongst some of them. I'm sure that, they slip each other a code word in public every once in a while, seeing if it'll sneak by unhindered or if it's like someone at work was like, my favorite Beethoven is Fidelio.
Mm-hmm.
And like looks at each other like, They're like, oh my.
Yeah.
um,
Because I wondered if they were trying to play his character off as more of like, lack of a better name, and the Epstein figure, and like the guy who's gathering all of this information for the benefit. He's just like doing exactly, taking the note out of the jacket pocket, trying to get any amount of information on any of these people so that, one day he can have something over him. But it's I because I feel like if they do remain like they have the rule of like you can't take off your mask, and like I bet you have a pretty good idea eventually, like just being around the people, if they truly never take off their mask and they truly never talk about it, like interacting with some people, I don't know, like I feel like it would somehow come up in conversation, where like someone who isn't inside the cult would have no idea you're even bringing it up, but then you're making a cult comment that goes over anyone else's head,
right.
but then you just happen to say it to someone, they're like, oh, like I wonder if
No,
that's how it
pause.
happens, or if like they actually do have meetings where like they do just take off their mask, or like it's not only sex,
Well, and that's why I'm
every
like, it could be
time,
a
or
tiered thing. Like people who reach a certain level are like, yeah, we're good. We're the inner circle. You know what I'm saying? Like,
mm-hmm.
we are the ringleaders of this operation, and thereby we know each other. But yeah, we don't know. We don't know. Well, maybe they know everybody, but not everybody knows them. Like that's kind of
Yeah,
maybe that could be the vibe. I don't know. There's a lot of interesting speculation about, again, the reality of this situation.
Yeah, he did enter the mansion with his mask off, and like a couple people saw
Yeah,
him,
walk.
saw his face, and a face doesn't identify you, completely, but like I feel like
Pretty
maybe the
big part.
dorm,
Yeah.
if is that normal to walk in with that? Did he do that wrong? Are you actually supposed to walk in masked up already? To you know, but yeah, I guess he just didn't care for, took his jacket off and then put his mask on. But yeah, I don't know. Like if you are a very known person, like someone in high power, and you walk through that door and you show your face like that, I don't know. I feel like that you're maybe that's like their way of discovering, or like it. I feel like yeah, and there's no
Well,
way to truly know.
is I mean, the security's not masked up. I mean, the ones that are on the other
Yeah,
side of the door are.
yeah, but the people
But the security's not
outside,
maxed
and
up. Are
yeah,
they're outside? They blindfold Nick Nightingale, who's not inner circle.
true,
He is,
yeah,
he's
hmm,
he's employed. So maybe they don't even fucking know what's going on in there. They get paid enough money to go, I don't give a fuck what's going on in there. You just got to give me the password and we'll let you up.
true, yeah, and the less they know, the better, I guess. Yeah, it's like
Well, and is Nick Nightingale
a plant.
in on it?
Yeah, is
Mm, harumph.
what's going on here? Yeah, is it all a charade? Is it all an act? I don't know. Um, but yeah.
Hard to, I see a lot of validity on, is it all recruitment for Bill?
Mm-hmm.
Um, is it all recruitment for Thomas?
Mm-hmm.
I it's hard to say. I don't believe so. I think that there's, I also don't not believe it though. You know what I'm saying? Like I could be fully
Mm-hmm.
convinced that this entire thing is set up from jump to go, here's a domino, here's a domino, here's a domino, and it'll lead them to us. But I don't know.
Could just be the world. It could just be happenstance and him, more open to that opportunity. Like he's thinking about his wife with another man, like just constantly in the back of his mind, and he's just like, oh well, I guess I might as well, you know. He's like, I'm here. Yeah,
Speaking
sure.
of,
Yeah.
Nicole Kidman is incredible.
Oh my God.
I
Yeah.
love her.
Yeah.
She's a magnificent actress, one of the best ever. Tom Cruise, incredible actor, but
Mm-hmm.
as a performer, I don't think you can say he holds a candle to Nicole Kidman as an
Yeah.
actor.
Mm-hmm. Just good at. He's good at the stunts, the just sprinting down a street, or he jumping out of a plane, but as just
Yeah,
acting, pure like just you and the camera. Yeah, sorry
that's
Tom,
Nicole
but I'm
Kidman's
taking
ball
Nicole
game.
Kidman all day. Yeah, that's for the acting chops, and not to jump into the movie and just go so sexual, which is maybe the trap I'm falling into, but goddamn, did they choose?
Holy
Not
shit!
not hard on the eyes. You can say it's
No,
very she and I do love how like it's not grotesque, or it's not like I feel like it's done very well, and even whenever she is like high, and she's kind of like holding her leg and her arm perfectly to cover up, actually,
yeah.
like, so I mean, like, I thought it was uh just really well done, and I don't know, I feel like Nicole Kidman
Mostly
just
pretty tasteful,
yeah.
and specifically her nudity. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, everyone else's, I
Yeah.
guess, in the mansion, that's whenever it's all supposed to be grotesque,
It's
and
supposed to be
or
bad. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
yes,
supposed
yeah,
to be very
definitely,
extremely
yeah.
objectifying.
Hmm.
Um,
Don't want to say, or don't want to give the idea that the whole movie is not, because it definitely switches a point, or passes a threshold.
and it's like, how much do you get away with because that's the intention? I don't know. Like and I'm
You're
not here
still
to debate
doing
the
it.
morality
You're
of that.
bringing in a
Yeah,
lot of
exactly. You are still
women,
engaging it, even if you're
and they
calling
have to
attention to
have
it.
bodies that fit a certain, it's like you're looking for very specific women. Yeah, it is weird. Um, but with
Yeah,
the
but
goals of exposing, I guess, yeah, the morals are very gray here. Um, but yeah.
another interesting fact about all the women, that is neither, and all the participants, that is never really called attention to, but I think is almost certainly a product of the rich and powerful sick fucks who are
Mm-hmm.
conducting the social secret society experiment, is that there's no black people. They're all white.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
everybody's white, and
Mm-hmm.
I think that's definitely a product of the just the general vibe of the people that would end up doing this sort of thing. Um,
Mm-hmm. Multitude of things there. It could just be the system not allowing minorities to even get rich in the first place, which you just need a lot of money to be in a circle like this. Or
well,
also that these,
they're not
yeah,
even
they
willing to
wouldn't let
engage
them
in
in
sexual
anyways.
activities.
Is like,
Yeah,
yeah, they actually prefer it this way. And they wear hoods and masks, and
yeah, that's not a good
usually the
combo.
people in the
It's not a good
past that
combo.
wear those, yeah, not not the most
People
morally.
in people in the present who wear masks and hoods, not good. Um,
Yeah, usually if you have to hide your identity for what you're doing, gotta think maybe there's
not a
something.
good look. Not
Yeah.
a good look. Not a huge fan. Um, man, yeah, but I do love the movies. Again, that question, is it all a ploy for him, or does it become a ploy, or does it stop being a ploy? Like, I like that all the reads are valid. It's really really compelling, man.
Yeah, that's saying it's all a charade, but I don't think the piano
I don't
player,
think it is.
oh, what was his name? Tom, was it Thomas
Nick.
or Nick? Yeah, that's Nick. Uh,
We both have gone. Was
yeah.
it Thomas
I,
for
I,
two separate
yeah,
characters in the
I'm like,
movie?
I feel like maybe
Um,
there was a Thomas. I don't know, but like, I don't think he was truly on a plane back to Seattle. If I had to guess,
no,
yeah,
no.
that dude's dead. He did not make it out. So like there, he is. I feel like he was still trying to recruit Bill in that moment. Like I think that would like he's like I not just to say we don't want you to talk about this. I think you have the wrong idea of what's going on. Like if they're worried that someone's going to talk, they kill them. Like and if that was the true worry, then they just kill him. I don't know. Is a doctor just harder to kill? Yeah, like is it? I feel like, but these people just have the resources where that doesn't matter.
No, that's my thing. I think that I almost called him fucking Thomas.
Tom,
Why on
yeah.
earth did I do that? I think the reason Bill is not immediately responded to in that way is because he is in the echelon that could join them. They give him the respect that they would give one of their potential members, which is, we will extend you this warning, we will extend you this warning. And I think his insistence and, his very white, straight maleness, where he's like, well, fuck it, they're not going to fucking kill me, like, whatever, he eventually gets scared, but there's a reason he keeps diving into it. And, there is obviously the morbid fascination. And there's even speculation to be had about whether or not Bill is straight completely. But there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that informs that for me too. Like one of the most interesting things about this movie is that Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman lead it. And at the time they'd been married for 8 years.
That's wild.
They've been married a very long time at this point. I think they broke up 2 years later in 2001.
What a power couple. Holy, damn.
No, insane.
Man.
Yeah, insane. But yeah, they'd been married for 8 years. So there was even a period of time during the production of this movie, because they signed open contracts with Kubrick about doing this movie. It was like, we will work on this movie until this movie is done. And then that ended up being a legendarily long shoot of over 400 days. So like they moved their kids to London, and their kids developed English accents because they were there so long and they were young.
That's crazy. Dang. Wow.
Yeah, so I mean, like, and there was a period of time where, because they disappeared into this movie, there was like speculation that Nicole Kidman was Tom Cruise's beard. She's dating him to cover up his actual homosexuality, and like they had to repeatedly address rumors of Tom Cruise's sexuality. And this was back before Tom Cruise stepped back into himself, away from the limelight, and covered himself in the blanket of power and Scientology that he has, and was like, I'm never going to speak about anything meaningful again. I will just do movies.
Yeah. That's, I mean, the one area where, I can't be the biggest Tom Cruise fan, I guess.
No, Tom Cruise, great actor.
Yeah.
Love what he does in movies. Incredible stuff for the cinema. Love that kind of shit. Tom Cruise himself does not seem like a great guy. And that, that happens a lot in movies. In Hollywood, I should say.
Yeah. And especially if it's run by like these people, that we, was just a secret society at one point, but now it's like, well, they could actually be showing us everything we're seeing, and pulling strings that we can't even fathom behind the background. And yeah, like I wonder, or I was going like just back and forth on who could be in this society that like I thought there was going to be so many more unmasked moments, and that we were going to figure out more people. But the one, I think, like, the time we do it, what is to redeem him, or yes, I am here to redeem him and save, and then, like, that was pretty baller. I thought it was actually going to be one of the two girls that he was at the party with, the one girl that said, like, you came up to me and gave me your handkerchief or whatever, but then it was actually just the girl that OD'd.
It was the third girl at the party.
Yeah. And that, she just actually, I was just that one interaction, and that's it, and I'm redeeming, or does she know more? I think maybe she knows more that's going on, and I wonder, like, why she truly made that jump. Is that she feels dead kind of already, just being in the position that she's in? Like, it's...
I think it's a you saved my life, now I can save yours, is kind of how I looked at it. Like, I think she's under the impression her OD would have killed her if Bill hadn't shown up.
Yeah? I mean, because I guess it just didn't really feel like he did a whole lot, maybe because he just was kind of like, "Hey, are you there? Oh, you're there. Okay, open your eyes. Look at me." I guess like it just felt kind of like.
Well, there's a cut in the middle of the
Yeah.
scene, and then she wakes up, and he's like,
That's true.
"You were fine this time, but maybe next time you won't be." So like, I'm like, yes, it does not seem like he did a lot, and maybe there's reason for her to believe, she's with these people. She knows that for the guy himself, it's easier to do away with her than call for help, and then he helps, and he's actually there, and he does something, So like, I don't know. Maybe I'm reading into that a little too much, but.
No, but yeah, back on your point of him like maybe not being straight. At least the hotel, check-in guy, like
Alan Cumming,
100% thinks like he's in on this. Like he doesn't think. I was about to call him Thomas again. Dang, Nick. He doesn't think Nick got beat up. He thinks he had a good time with these two big fellas, up in the room, and then. I think as he was like saying it out loud, maybe he was putting the pieces together of like, oh wait a minute, maybe
well, you didn't hear that from
something something bad happened, and I think like the secret society, they're all putting masks on because you can't know who anyone is. It's it's the whole point, but this fascination of having sex and just having other people witness it, like it doesn't matter who it is as long as there's just someone watching is like, and there's that. But then like, this is the first time I've ever thought of this that way, but like a hotel where many, many people check in to solely just go and have sex. And the only person who really knows like what's going on or sees the faces of the people who check in are like the people at the front desk, or like, and the way that people like just people watch or do whatever. I gotta think someone who's checking into people in the hotels, they're like, are they like, that's the first question in their mind is like, okay, this is just a normal family check-in, nothing or like, oh,
it's
this
like,
is their
I know what you
fucking,
two are
or
up
like,
to.
yeah, it's like, and just thinking of what they're doing. And it's like, I feel like he had this weird fascination with like, that's what he's thinking while he's just at this desk. Like even he's a hotel clerks guy, but his front of mind is this sexual.
These folks went upstairs and had sex. I mean, whenever Tom Cruise is walking down the street and he looks over and he sees two people making out, and he just kind of stares at them for a while, and then he thinks about Nicole Kidman having sex with a sailor, and like he feels like he's there, he feels like he sees it, and then this is just a cool behind the scenes visual moment. That shot when Tom Cruise is walking and he's walking like towards the camera and he like gets frustrated and he like claps his hands and it's nighttime and all the lights. That's a rear projected street behind him. He's just walking on a treadmill.
Oh damn. Okay. Wow.
Yeah. And once you know that, you can like definitely see it, but it's still really well done. And it looks pretty regardless.
I guess I didn't notice it. Well, that's. I'm trying to. Yeah, he's like walking.
It's about 45 minutes into the movie.
Okay. Okay. Wow, I'm at 44 minutes right now. That's kind of great.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I guess I'll
I'm at 48, so it happens between there.
Okay. Okay. But yeah, no, I mean, beautiful movie. I love Lynch.
Oh,
but
gorgeous.
But this is like, I feel like the camera just makes more sense with Kubrick's direct. Like the camera is more paint-like or artistic, while in Lynch it's like it's just a tool that's used more.
I'm like, Kubrick uses it aesthetically as well as purposefully.
Yeah.
Like he uses it with the intention of making something look beautiful, even when something that is happening is not. Yeah, and I think that's a really, really thoughtful touch. And he again uses the camera in a way that notoriously uses the camera in a way that is supposed to set a tone, like one example I think of in The Shining is whenever we're in the office and the camera doesn't move for like an entire scene, and they have this whole conversation, the camera never moves, you never see one perspective of it, and that's all you see, and then it leaves, and that's that. And the whole time you're like, I don't like this. I don't like the way this feels. It does that a few times in this movie, and obviously it's mostly with the sex mansion montage.
Yeah.
But they do a lot of it at the end of the movie, too. I mean, the walk, whenever he's walking away and he's being followed, and that guy stands at like the perfect distance to look terrifying. I've talked about this before. I hate people at a distance. I fucking hate people at a distance. That is the most is the scariest shit, when you can't articulate a face but you know for a fact they're looking at you. There's nothing you can do about it. It's just someone far away and all they're doing is looking, but it's weird that they're looking. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. And then the person makes it even more clear that they're watching him by walking, stopping even closer, still looking at him, and then walking away. So fucking freaky. I love that scene.
With a newspaper that reads "Lucky to be alive," like, which is like, when it got to that point, is like,
you're like, huh?
This
is bullshit.
They have, I feel like this is almost a Truman Show, waiting to happen. Like, we didn't get the full reveal. Or like they truly have a hold on everything. And like, it's like he's not even realizing that it's a message being sent to him, but it is. Like, it's like they live,
right.
You know, if he put the glasses on, you know, he sees it all. Like, it's just the same, and it's all coming from them. And it's like, what, I don't want to jump to like that it is everything, the whole world, because I just don't want it to be that way, you know. Like,
no, I don't think I agree that there's definitely a read of the movie that plays that way, but I do think that there's the much more important interpretation of what the movie could be doing is like how the rich and powerful could influence the life of somebody who is an everyday normal guy. And don't get me wrong, I know he's a doctor. He's not an everyday, completely normal guy. But he's a relatively normal guy. He's got a wife. He's got a kid. You know, he goes to work every day, and that's his life. You know. Now, obviously, he's getting invited to galas and shit with someone super important. But, you know, I do think that you could see, like, that's why I think you could see this movie as a series of tests to see if he's admissible. I mean, the movie starts with him at one of the members' houses. You know, he gets invited to it every year. Why do we get invited to this thing every year? You know, like, there's a, and she's like, hey, do you know a single one of these people? Nope. You know, like, it's an interesting, I think there is a Truman Show aspect of it, but I do think it is with that sort of higher end side of things. You know, he hires Nick, knows that Nick and him will connect because, you know, like, you know, they went to school together, and, you know, they'll, you know, I think there's a lot of cause and effect.
It's so bad. It's like the reason, like, I hate it is like it's becoming like more and more real. Like, now, like, it's like information truly is king. Like, it's kind of, if you just have the information and know the right strings to pull,
and you have and now it's like, if you have a predictability matrix, it's like, what will this person, what you know about, you know, all this about based on their online presence and what they do on their phone and all this stuff, you know. So if you give them these options, what are they going to do? Okay, they'll do that. Then let's do this. It's Rehoboam, man. It's Rehoboam.
And I'm like, feeding Rehoboam unfiltered thoughts in podcast form. Straight from the brain.
There is a thousand hours of us speaking.
Yep.
Dude.
I mean, and the most unfiltered thoughts as well. Like, I'm pretty unfiltered in real life. I don't really have much of a filter anymore. I just kind of...
Nah, but you go to episodes from 2021, 2020, oh my God, we're letting it fly.
Yeah.
We are letting it fly. We talked about on air, and this is an Eyes Wide Shut podcast. I feel comfortable talking about something like this. On air, we talked about all the different things that you could call cum, and how none of them are good. You know, on the air, you discussed frequently with deep passion how much you would like to eat Baby Yoda.
Oh, this is
true.
Like, I had a phase. I went through a weird phase of that.
Him.
Yeah, that was weird. But wow,
that was weird.
That's the time. That was the time. I defended it too. I remember I was
we fought ardently. It was a different era of the podcast too. We fed into a lot more of that kind of like, oh, well, if one of us thinks this way and one of us thinks that way, it'll be a lot more fun if we butt heads. And, we had 4 people, so it was a lot easier to
That's
take
true.
sides. You weren't always just disagreeing. You were also agreeing with somebody, and it was a lot of fun. God, I miss the bitches 4.
Damn.
That was special. We should get together at my mansion. We should all wear masks, and we should
Dum dum dum.
Dum, 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 dum.
It's all. I mean, yeah, from room to room, dude. I mean, I thought like, ritual. I had no idea the sex was coming. I thought that this was just gonna be like the rich elite.
Yeah, it's a sex cult. Yeah,
just doing their thing. But I mean, it still kind of is. I guess it's like
well, and that's the thing is that modernly,
yeah,
I think our understanding of what weird shit rich people get up to,
yeah, and it's like
is now irremovable from this context. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the weird shit they get up to, and the sick shit they get up to.
And like I cannot. There's no way I could like join the society or that I align with their. There's no way. But seeing this like makes me get it more. How easy it would be to fall into this.
Yeah,
and be
the way
like,
Bill
holy shit.
is. I mean, Bill's completely seduced by it. Bill, I think that if he didn't have Alice, and if him and Alice were somehow an even worse couple, that he would be all in on it. At least that's kind of how I feel about it.
I think, and I think like they are the perfect couple. I feel like in people's eye, like they have the nicest apartment that you could like ever possibly have. They're
beautiful. They have a kid.
Never worrying about money. Bro is just spending. I mean, the amount of money he's giving people is just like stupid. And like so, it's like they're fine. And like I think that's like to show that even in this case, when you have everything, like you couldn't want any more, you still have these thoughts. Like you still are human.
Well, and it's not just that you like have these thoughts, but it's like even when you seemingly have everything, it's not enough. Like you will always want more until you make peace with what you have. And he is consistently incapable of making peace with what he has.
He's like, I feel
they're like leave it alone. You have all you could want in life. They're like, fuck off. We don't need you. And him being like, gonna look into it. I get it. You see some fucked up shit. Somebody dies. You go, oh God, I feel, partially responsible. Like everything he does. That's why I'm like, it doesn't feel so much like testing as it does seduction. Like it is like trying to get him closer and closer and entrenched.
And you'll give up your you'll give up your values, and once you dive off the deep end,
eventually
it's
we'll
over.
make you believe that we're the only way. And that's what a cult does.
And then like her saying that, I think it's redeem. I think that's the word that she uses.
Yeah,
like
it's redeem
to say, and like
to save him. Yeah.
And it feels like redemption good because he's being saved, but like, is this actually part of the trick to show that someone was willing to die for you to leave this place? But then after you just know that fact, after you know that someone was actually just boom, my life is over now, then I feel like you're in even more. Like you're like, now I can't give it up. Like someone actually died for me. Like I have to, I don't know, like I wonder,
I have to see this thing through. Like I have to understand what I'm up against.
And then because I feel like if the seduction doesn't work, then it's just threat or blackmail. We will get some dirt on you. Do you want to remain a doctor? We can end that very quickly, or else you join our cult, sort of thing. So like I think it's like, no matter what, the goal is to recruit him. Like, and I feel like the redemption thing, like, yeah, he does see a body, but like, I don't know, like, I think she did really, I don't know, like, maybe she did really die, but if she was in it from the very start, like, she was ODing, like, it was that OD completely fake. and was
Yeah, or given her, our our perception of her role and her, position within this cult, which is obviously subservient
mm-hmm.
and not legal, if we're to believe everything we're seeing. Um,
Yeah.
who's to say he doesn't just pump her full of stuff, nearly ODing her. She can't talk because she's nearly OD'd. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, it did feel like he just like it's in a weird way. He feels like the leader of this at least house, or of. I don't know if
Right.
he is the guy in the red, in the middle of the ritual or not, but like, or I feel like he is the one in that weird piratey looking mask that like orders the girl to like try to
Right.
seduce him even more. If that's who I would guess he was, but um the like her being there at the very beginning, if he's like the leader, why I don't feel like he drugs a girl to have sex with her or sex with him, because that's just what the whole thing is. Like, and he's like the leader, so why would like it felt like he like raped her, like the scene, like he kind of quickly pulls up his pants, like right before
Oh, true.
Bill
Yeah.
walks in, and it just feels like he just took advantage of her, and I'm like, so I'm like, what the heck is going on? I never thought that she could have like been in on it, but like that.
That's the thing, is I still don't think she has to be in on it. I still think she can be used. You know what
Oh,
I'm saying?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
I think
yeah.
I don't think that she has to be in on it for all this to still be true. I think
She's just
that
forced to play this role, like you.
she's forced to
Yeah.
play this role, under the threat of
Oh
death,
my
and ultimately she's
god.
dead anyway. Um,
Fuck. It's so. Oh my god. It like it. Why does it work so well? Like it's. Oh my god. Once you hit like a critical mass of people in the secret society, it's kind of like impossible for it to go. Like it. Like holy shit. Like it's such a. It's sadly like a good system. Like, and it's. I hate it.
oh
I
yeah, they've
hate
got.
every
Well,
part
it's
of it.
a lot of really solid systems are built on,
If you're okay with
you
killing
know,
people,
yeah,
like that, like
willing to do
obviously the moral
whatever to
compass
preserve
is
it.
out the
Yeah, like
window,
yeah,
but
yeah.
but like yeah, I just man, I
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at a group of people who have infinite wealth, infinite power, and are incapable of.
yeah.
This is self-sustaining because they're the ones who would stop it,
Yeah. Or like have
or
the
who are
means
supposed
to.
to.
Like it or just
Yeah.
like it's and I mean, I'm getting this from the just actually looking up. I'm adding this to the list of unofficial Christmas movies.
Oh
That
yeah.
it
Oh
is
yeah.
Christmas time.
I've every time we've gone around December,
Mm-hmm.
this was the movie that motivated an idea I had for last December, which was like unofficial Christmas movies, like you said,
This is
like
one.
just
It
Christmassy
100%.
movies that are not. Oh yeah, this is a big one.
What's up with the Christmas trees though? There's
They are always strange.
in like pink, like
Yeah,
the
weird colors.
colors coming off of it is weird, and it's like even the one in his apartment where it's the most normal is like weird, but then there's one in his doctor's office that we just sit with for a little bit. He's like in I think it's to show that like he's just in his office while nothing's going on so he can just get away. But like we sit with the Christmas tree, or I don't know, like it's like it is the main
Mm.
subject. And then the
Yeah, whenever he arrives at the prostitute's
yes,
house.
she has the like it's a more raggedy version, but it's the same. It's like
Yeah.
it's the same tree everywhere. And it's like I don't and then there's like the decorations on the walls of the party is like, it's like it is true like everywhere, which is why I feel like They Live like is like a perfect movie to watch like before this. Like if we somehow mash those universes together and we get those glasses in here, like yeah, I
Right.
think it is like it is everywhere. It's not just the people he interacted with. Like I think it's they're they are going after like this is just another recruit, just another doctor, another person that they can eventually, have at the hospital to sign off on bodies that mysteriously shouldn't be
Right.
there. And then, but they have a lawyer, they have someone in government, they have, everyone else covered. Like they have, I feel like they only go after people that have, that can pull strings. And once you have this many people, is like how it does feel like the whole world, which just sucks. Like there's no way to get around it. It's like they could be anywhere and everywhere,
Right.
but you wouldn't know, because that's the whole point, is to make it unobvious. And yeah, it's like
well, and this is tangentially related, not exactly 1-to-1, but I'm at the part now where they're at the costume store as I'm looking at it, and the mannequins. There are some here that I'm not entirely convinced are mannequins. And they don't act on that in the movie at all. The guy who owns it does mention that they are incredibly lifelike. But, from a filmmaking standpoint, I feel like some of them are just people standing incredibly still.
Oh. Huh. I see.
And I think it's kind of... I don't know that for sure. To give it that unnatural kind of ooh, they're being watched. I'm being watched sort of feeling. They're always around. They're observing it even now.
Yes, everything. I think that's that's why I even thought at the hotel, the guy is an observer on these people that are going to all the rooms. It's
right.
Everything depends on who's there and who's watching. When I always want to call her just Nicole Kidman, but when Alice has her dream and she's like, oh, it's just too weird, I can't tell it to you, but she eventually, it's like, no, just tell it to me. That's the only person in the world that she can tell that dream to. If her kid's in the room, it doesn't happen. If anyone else is in the room, it doesn't happen. And it's
True.
this. Oh my God, you're so right about the mannequins. They are fucking real people. No, there's something that's not okay.
Specifically the one right through the gate in that really low light. I'm like, that's a person. That's a fucking person.
It's just, yeah, no. And back in, no, it's not okay, because information is so much it's so much easier to gather nowadays. It's you don't need a person to actually be there. You just need any bit of technology that is connected to the internet,
right.
and then you're cooked. And now it doesn't. The more I'm learning about satellites and how just radios work and how we send signals back and forth, every single place on the planet is under monitor at every single second of the day. There's no doubt in my mind now, which is a weird. I already felt like my privacy was out the window, but then I thought if you were inside of a house, there's nothing they can do. But it doesn't matter. It goes through it just goes through everything.
Right.
We're just cooked. So I kind of found more of a solace in that now. Is I'm not hiding anything, because nothing is truly hidden in the first place. It's out there to someone. I don't know who could be looking at it, but if someone has the want for any reason to beam into my apartment and actually see me and what I'm doing throughout the whole day, they could. And that's I don't know. I've feel it's almost like I've gone crazy to the point where I've accepted this big brother, or big bad just government is always watching and taking everything in. But I don't know, it's almost helped me not worry about it's this weird double-edged sword of it. It sort of helps in a way of I feel it's hard to put into words. I guess the first time I've ever put this out here into the world. But yeah, it's I used to worry about it. Is anyone listening? Right. And, it's probably not.
Now you're someone can be listening.
It's very easily which it's it's way easier than I once thought. It's not it would take, you have to be on this list and you have to already be a figure. No, with with the amount of satellites we have in orbit, like every, I mean, just every city, every town has every multiple like it's just out of it's almost too easy, like just to pick up on random people and stow it away in a computer. And Rehoboam is like it, a crazy that it just is. Someone is making that somewhere. Like that is like it's too good. The evil exists out there. I feel like someone is
Rehoboam
trying.
is a Westworld season 3 reference for
Yes.
those who almost certainly never watched
This
it.
is true. It is wiped from
Me and
everywhere.
Joseph apparently are like two of six people who ever watched the third and fourth seasons of Westworld. Apparently, that's just what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
They sent us care packages and everything. HBO did. They're like, sorry, here you go. Here's the secret finale. It's a movie.
One
Yep.
day. Yeah, no.
Ideally.
Maybe this is it. In a weird way, the Rehoboam is not a computer. It's actually just this weird sex cult, secret society taking everything in. But yeah, like we're at the part where the two dudes are with the daughter and he's pissed at him, and then like it could be that they were all in it from the start, and this is just more seduction, or we saw a seduction literally take place. Like this father who was staunchly against it and calling his own daughter a whore, but then now completely flipping it and being like, oh no, actually I make money off of this, or like he took some deal and like he fell. But like I feel like it's more did they really find out who he was off of the receipt in his jacket pocket? Like that's what he was told, that like, you were pretty lazy. You showed up in a taxi. We found your receipt in your jacket pocket, and it was pretty easy from then on out. But like I feel like they had their eyes on him before. I
think so too.
The piano player. I don't think that's a coincidence.
The piano player, him being invited to the guy's house, the chick upstairs ODing, like there's just a lot, in my opinion, that goes in the direction of them at least knowing of him and being aware of him prior to this movie starting. And yeah, I think again, I don't know that I trust much of what Sidney Pollack's character is saying there at the end. I don't know. I'm at the part. I'm just a few minutes ahead of you, so it's always crazy to see how far the movie can move in just a couple minutes. He's at the party now.
Damn. And this is an hour and 10. It's
the back half of this movie is a fucking breeze.
You're just fully in. Like first, not knowing what's gonna happen was, man, I was just on like the edge of my seat the whole time. But then like now, like on this pseudo second watch, I wouldn't call this I haven't been paying attention at all. But like I feel like I'm going to be laser focused on my second watch of like, what did I miss? Or like, what is trying to be shown to me that I missed in the first viewing. And like, but I don't know, maybe there isn't truly a lot of that. Maybe it is just more generic, like, the bigger story beats that are left ambiguous, and it's not like, that he hid something. Like I'm trying to think if there was just something like in the paper that says lucky to be alive, if there's more examples like that earlier in the movie that we could pick up on. But
I won't lie to you. It's again similar to Lynch. There's a great Lynch quote that I love, which is that after you finish a movie, everybody wants to talk about it, and he goes, and it's like, and he pokes his head like 6 or 7 times. He goes, it's like the movie is the talking, like he does, like, he has no interest in explaining or talking about what the movie has to say. The movie says all that it needs to say. So when it comes to this movie specifically, I don't get a lot of that on rewatches. I'm not like, oh, now that makes sense. Oh, now that makes sense. No, like it's still the way we're talking about like what this thing is set up as is just one way you could look at it. And we've talked about it as just one way you could look at it. But there are multiple views that are every bit as valid, which is that, they never They never planned for him. He did just show up.
Mm-hmm.
And now they are just trying to run him off. But in the process of trying to run him off and his persistence, they're kind of like, maybe we can fuck with this guy. Maybe if we don't do away with him, we just bring him in,
Yeah.
And, maybe they change their mind about him at some point.
Yeah, I guess
I don't know.
For them, it's probably just a win-win. Like, they already have the power. It's like they have everything. It's like, well, another member is good, or it's just another easy kill that we like. I feel like they're just killing people left and right, going all around. But yeah, the freaking just these red curtains, man. I don't know. And then the freaking the trees that were in the background too. I don't know if they're Douglas firs, but goddamn, they felt like it. And then like even the ritual room that like I'm looking at I want to play this audio backwards. I feel like it's like reverse.
Oh yeah.
Like that's what it sounds like at least. Or I just don't know if it's a different language or if it's like just straight.
I think it is a different language.
Yeah.
I believe I've read what it's saying.
Oh.
Let me double check.
It's known. Oh yeah, I mean the movie's been out for a while. I guess it but it
Yep, it is over 25 years old.
It
now.
felt like it was reversed audio, or like at least it had that eeriness to it. Like I guess it felt like another language, but then it also had this reverberation, or like there was something else to it that made it feel just more culty and more like just ritualistic, and yeah, like it. If there's an actual like translation, that's interesting. I wonder like.
Yeah, so the chanting at the mansion party, loosely translated from Romani,
Romani.
is we still pray for the mercy, the life, the peace, the health, the salvation, the scrutiny, neglection, and forgiveness of the sins of God's servants, worshippers, almsgivers, benefactors of this holy site. Another line of the chanting means, God says to his followers, a new commandment I give to you.
Okay. So just okay. Not anything laser specific like I thought.
And it is in reverse. That is also
okay.
That is also true.
Okay.
There are two reasons for its incomprehensibility, as it is in a foreign language and the vocal track is in reverse. So it is both foreign and reversed.
Okay. And yeah, I mean the circles, the room that they're in, like there's it just feels so good for a ritual. I don't know, like they just knocked this scene out of the park, I feel like, and I thought this was like,
aesthetically it's spot on.
I thought this was it. Like I thought this was like, I'm reaching the climax of the movie. This is as cultish or
you're about
as
halfway
it goes.
through.
And it's like, nope, you don't. You just wait. And like I love that. Like I thought he was gonna be in here the rest of the movie. Like I did not know it was just like, oh, he's back home, or like, oh, we're back in normal life for a little bit, and then he's back, and then like so like it was. I just had no idea what to expect of like the pace of it at all, and that was really fun, of kind of like just going back and forth. But yeah, this. Like
his mask is also so obviously the coolest one there, by the way. Everyone's mask is so fucked up, and like some of them are scary. I mean, some of them are pretty, but that's a good looking mask,
That's
I love the gold studded, white faced, like white nose and lips sort of thing. Like it's clean. I like it.
Yeah. Maybe that is a tell. Maybe it's like everyone's is really like everyone else's. There's not many pretty ones. Like I feel like they all do have kind of
it's a lot of freak shit.
It's
a lot of freak shit.
Weird expression on them. And yeah, it's like I don't know. If I'm just are the people in the masks ever fucking, or are they purely just watching always? Because like if you can. Like, I guess there were some people with masks fucking on, but then there were people fucking that did, like, there were some guys, I feel like, that didn't have masks on, so maybe they just do have some.
I don't know.
Was
if
it purely
that.
women?
I thought they all had masks.
Okay. Like, even all the prostitutes, too, they always had, like, I guess there were some people, like, giving oral. So, like, it was kind of, like, a little over their nose, or, like, they had it halfway on. But I feel like, I don't know why I remember some people that didn't have one on at all.
Oh, we'll get there before long.
But yeah.
Doesn't take much longer after where I'm at in the movie.
Yeah.
But fun, interesting credit for, and actually the lack thereof a credit for the masked woman.
Yeah.
The actress who is playing her physically in this movie was incapable of escaping her English accent, and the movie is set in New York.
Wow. So they just.
So
Wow.
the voice is actually Cate Blanchett.
What?
Who is also English, but very capable of escaping
That's
her
wild.
English accent.
Cate Blanchett
Let's
just.
see.
Wow.
I got to look at all the faces of the fucking people to tell you. No, they're all wearing masks.
Okay.
At least so far.
Mm-hmm.
One of the freakiest ones is a dude in like a green Hulk-like mask, and I don't like it at all. It almost looks like The Mask.
Yeah, it's like
from
that is
Jim
not
Carrey.
what I want to look up to whenever I'm having sex with someone.
No, that's a mask.
If I'm in this cult,
That's the other thing. Some of the masks actually do look like faces, which makes it hard too. But yeah, the oral is even being given with masks like fully on.
Oh, so not even up to the nose.
Not even like it's almost kind of like, what are you even accomplishing here?
Wow. Okay. So
besides a vague friction.
Okay. I mean, they're into what they're into. You know, these people I think are, they're just always searching for more. And just this is their whole bag.
These are all masked up.
Okay.
These are all masked up. Yeah, everybody's got a mask. Again, some masks just look like faces, which is like some of the women's masks look like they are actual faces, and they're not faces.
Yeah, and like the girl telling him at all the right moments, no, you have to get out of here. You know, giving him every chance he can, but never going to. But then kind of also setting up like, oh, I must save her now, you know, or like she might be in danger.
Yep. Yeah, it's enthralling enough to kind of go, oh, I got to make sure everything's okay now.
It's like the web is everywhere that it's like, it's
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I walk through that door with my mask and my cloak on, and they're doing that shit they were doing when he arrived, sitting in that circle chanting, and I'm turning my ass around immediately and walking out the fucking door. I will not be sticking around. Oh, I forgot something in the car. And I'm leaving. I'm leaving. There's no question about it.
I mean, I think it is creepy enough to where it's like, yo, wait, what is going on here? But then there's got to be that part of my mind of like, I have to know the full, I gotta know everything.
I'd be curious. I would be curious. But the morbid, I don't think my morbid curiosity and my infallibility of spirit is strong enough for this. Like, I'm very consciously aware at pretty much all times that one day I will die. You know what I'm saying? And I do a lot of stuff going, let's make sure that doesn't happen. And I feel like I just find myself in the scenario and go, yep, I feel like I could die here. And I'd be like, that's not a good enough reason for me to stick around.
Yeah, that's fair. This feels like a very accelerated road to go down if you're wanting death. Like,
bro was just at a jazz club earlier tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like, he went to a jazz club. His boy was like, yo, this party is crazy. And then he shows up and they're chanting ritualistic shit in reverse. No,
wait,
that's not what I'd describe this as.
Wait, he says he plays the piano blind, but he says there's women there like you wouldn't believe.
Well, he says that one time the blindfold wasn't on very good,
okay.
So he saw some of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you take one peep and boom. I mean, no matter where you
like,
look.
Wow. Never seen some shit like that. Never such women.
This is what we're doing. I mean, it's I wonder.
I'm of the mind that the kind of recruitment, there's a possibility the recruitment even goes awry. Like, maybe they're trying to get him to participate.
Oh, and then
his refusal to partake and his obvious uncomfortability
Ah.
walking around that place leads them to go, you got to get out of here, man. Like, you're not built for this shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then like, I wonder if like that it's just purely if he started to have sex with any one of those people, if
Oh,
then it
Jesus.
changes. Like I wonder if
Ugh.
then they stop and like they take off his mask so everyone sees that he is doing it or something, and then you're in, like, or it feels like an embarrassment ritual, like whenever he gets the password
yeah.
wrong, or like, and like take off all of your clothes, like
I'm
it is.
at that part, by the way, which is why I went, oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Because he walked into the room and they were all looking at him. And, oh, my God, that
Oh.
scene. It genuinely gives me chills. That's how fucking freaky it is.
When they close the circle around him, like,
oh
oh my
that.
God, like what do you do? Like if she wasn't there to redeem him,
that's Tom Cruise. He knows he's Tom Cruise.
That's true.
Run,
like, or
you're outrunning everybody.
Or just fucking.
I know what you could sprint like.
He can.
I know what you could sprint like. I know it's unlike anything else we've ever seen in cinema.
But 4 layers of people, that's, Red Rover,
That's
we
a
played
lot.
Red Rover, one chain of people was sometimes hard to get through. It was like, I don't like that shit, like you're cooked, like in the middle of that circle. I think, he's Tom Cruise. You're fucking hot. Just be like, all right, fuck it. I'm a doctor. I know I got this shit on lock. He's like, yeah, I think like, fuck it. Here you go. That's all I got to do is get naked. I feel like, once you're naked, though, then what's gonna happen? Like I don't feel like that's not the end. No, this is not the end of the punishment. So
well, and it doesn't seem like it because then the chick comes out and she's like, "I redeem him. He doesn't have to do all that," and then she dies.
Yep.
So it's like,
yep.
Oh, okay.
I thought
So
she
we were
was
gonna
going
kill
to
this guy.
jump right then and there. I'm like,
I thought
why
so
is
too.
she so
Yeah.
high up there? I'm like, what is this? And it does make it more
There's a
dramatic.
sick fucking zoom on her in that moment too. I fucking love it. Whenever she says something and it snaps up and zooms in really fast and tight on her. God, I love it.
And like the whole room actually gasps, and then like whenever
like,
she's like, I want to redeem him, they're like, oh my god, she's fucking gonna redeem him.
Oh my stars.
Yeah, they're like, oh my god,
I'd never seen such a thing at one of our rituals. I'd only
Yeah.
heard tell of it from days prior.
we just live for the drama, and this is just life is drama at this point. If it's all a play, maybe that's why he calls it a charade. Is like it is all a charade, like it's purpose.
All a play.
Like it is all a play because a play there's more drama, and that's what they live for. And fucking everyone just adds more drama. Eventually, I feel like someone in this cult's gonna get jealous, or like see maybe when you join it is all, I don't know, you're just past that point, but at least like Nicole Kid, like Alice and God damn it, Thomas. Why?
Well, his name's Tom Cruise. I just put that together a little bit ago.
Yeah, but why the full name? The full.
I don't know why Thomas is coming to me every time. I've never thought of Tom Cruise once.
Thomas Cruise
in my life as Thomas Cruise, and now that I have, it kind of pisses me off. That's probably his name.
Is it? I wonder if legally it's just not even Tom Cruise at all. If it's just something completely different. I have to know now. His legal name is fucking Thomas. Oh my god. It is. Wait,
I'm gonna kill him.
Cruise is his middle name? What is Thomas Cruise Mapother the Fourth?
Yep. You got to go by Tom Cruise.
Wow.
You were left with no choices.
Yeah. Yeah. He dropped the Mapother surname to
Mapother?
establish. Yeah, it's cleaner. Drop the. I think, yeah, in this case, yes. Drop the Mapother the Fourth. But bro comes from. That sounds like Nepo baby, like, I don't know. Like, what is the Mapother? Maybe that's why he dropped it, is like they're fucking. That sounds like an evil family just in itself. I don't know why. But. Well, I forgot what even train of thought I was on in the first. Oh yes, the jealousy point, where Alice was like, "You've never felt jealous about me, like why haven't you felt jealous about me?" And it's like he comes off and says like, "Well, maybe it's because I love you, or like you're my wife," or like he gives the simple answer. But I think they're just like they're saying different things. Like she just wants to feel more wanted, like in a like than other women, and he is just so, in fact, like he's just, he's a doctor. I don't think that way. That's, I'm a doctor. Sex is literally the last thing on my mind. And, the patient is like, that's obviously the last thing on their mind. And then he goes to a patient, kind of, someone whose father just died. And literally she makes out with him and says, I love you. I love you. I want to run away with you. And it's
she's like, I love his response where he's like, we have never had a conversation about anything other than your father.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I don't care. I love you.
Don't despise
he even thinks about calling her at the end of the movie.
Yeah. No, dude's down bad. Like, dude is down terrible. He's distraught over like, it was a dream in his, his wife's eyes. And then, like, he dreamt about it probably more than her. I don't know. Like, it seems that,
seems that way.
Yeah, bro could not let it go. And it's like, dreams, they're not nothing. He does say dreams aren't just dreams, and I can't believe the movie ends in the way it did. That was hilarious. Or like,
there's something we have to do as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? Fuck.
The true ritual, It's like it's just that's your person. I don't know. Like, if you fuck, and you don't, you say everything to each other.
It's a real expression of personal intimacy, man.
It's sacred.
It can be,
True. I think, I see it as sacred myself. Not in this weird ritual way, but in just a human way. It is very sacred to me. He was real close. Like, it seemed that he was like, I took him at pretty face value of, of that, like, he hasn't been unfaithful before, or that, he doesn't seem like he does have these thoughts, but then, like, once the idea was kind of planted, it would
I'm like, he's obviously flirting with those two women at the beginning of the movie.
That's true.
Like, there's no doubt about it. But I don't think that ever meant he was going to go sleep with them.
Yeah, and it felt like they were. Yeah, I guess
just the same way she was never going to sleep with the rich dude who was obviously hitting on her.
And even she was
it wasn't going to happen.
Too. And like, she almost got there, but then she's like, no, like I
that's a bad idea.
So it's like they were. I think that's at least one of just they are supposed to be seen as like the theoretical perfect couple at the beginning, that, and if it can happen to this couple, then it truly can. Like, these thoughts are everywhere. Like, it is just a weird human thing, I guess, we got going on. That is, like, we all want. It sounds weird to bring it up to say that we all think about, like, sex all the time, or like it is just some background thought. It's just how we function, but we need to hide it. It's too taboo to ever talk about, because like it is weird to say that, like, yeah, I saw someone attractive at the store and had a thought for a split second, and then I went on about my day. Is like, that sounds very horny, or that sounds just too whatever. But like, I think, I don't, like, is there an age that you reach where that actually stops? I don't know. Like, I feel like it is just a innately human thing. Sex will never exit anyone's mind. Like, no. I it is just unavoidable, and it's like but the more that you can subvert it, I think, is like the true like show of love. That like they, like, at one point, the guy that's hitting on Alice is like, oh, marriage, like, whenever the two have to be more deceiving, or something like that, like when deception is required on both ends, or something like that. And it's but it's kind of true in that, like, you do have those thoughts, but then you immediately recant them, or you're immediately like, no, like, I do, like, I already have my person, or like that's out of the question.
And that's the thing, is I think that there's a really interesting idea about monogamy that only comes with being with someone for a very long time
Mm-hmm.
and kind of understanding monogamy and coupleship as a choice at a point. Like it's not like and I don't mean that to say like it's begrudging. It's like, well,
Mm-hmm.
I guess this is what I do now. No, there's an active effort made to go, this is my person because I love them and I want them to be my person.
Yeah.
They're who I want at my side. They're, like they are at my side, and therefore they're going to be at my side because that's my person.
Yeah.
Why are they your person? Because they're my person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love, there was this fantastic video I saw the other day of a poet, that recites this, spoken word sort of thing while playing the piano about, I wish I could remember their name or anything like that. But, they're reciting about the question, why do you love me? Or what do you like? Why do you love me? Which is, once you're in a long-term relationship, is something you will hear.
Oh yeah.
It's just something that will happen. Why do you love me? And he says most of us, perfectly well-meaning, reply with the simple, because I do, because it's just the way it is. And then he goes, and then he recites all that is behind that, because I do. He says stuff about how you're in my childhood memories, even though you were never there. Every ounce of every single, brush stroke of my life, you painted it. Like you created this life for me, and now you are my life. And like that kind of. So this partnership that that you inevitably choose when you marry somebody. Obviously there are marriages that are doomed prior to beginning, and I don't know anything about their prior life. Maybe this is one of those, but again, they seem to have it all. These two, but something motivates that choice to get married at some point, and like anchoring yourself to that and going, this is my person and this is why they're my person, and them kind of ultimately choosing each other in this kind of fucked up roundabout way. I know that they both stray pretty intensely, and him particularly. But again, neither of them ever actually cheats physically, which counts for something. She has every right to be upset with him and crying at the end of the movie. But he doesn't ever actually sleep with somebody, which is, C+ work. You're passing, but you're not doing great. And I love the conclusion of the movie. Them walking around the mall with their child.
Yep.
This is normal life. Like this is what life is. And like coming back down to earth after this crazy thing where you got swept up into some big conspiracy, and then just going, holy shit, my life was great.
Yeah.
It's
in that like one night that this like over the span, I guess it was a couple of nights, that happened here, but
but one night really changed his life. Yeah.
And over like, and even Alice's one, not even a full day, like it was even before lunch, it was just a thought that happened that, but then she says like, it doesn't compare to the rest of my life that I've lived, it just in that moment, like had that feeling. And like, I guess like marriage initially, or like having to call someone like your person initially, to me, like it kind of feels selfish, like you want someone all to yourself. And that kind of feels a little selfish, but I think like marriage is whenever that want is like truly shared between both people, and that it's not selfish any longer because more than one person is wanting it. Like it's like whenever it's just that it's like the true union.
They're not your person, you're each other's people. Like that's
and he says, like it's not that I'm not sure with me, it's that I'm just so sure about you. She laughs, and goes in her laughing fit. But like I think it is like whenever you reach that level of corniness, like and when it's no longer actually corny. Like I live for the corn now. Is like that.
Yeah.
I feel like I've just realized that the more corny it is, oftentimes that actually means better. Like, and it's only corny because it's
Yeah, it's
so like
vulnerable.
unachievable.
It's willing to be like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like there's no other way to say this beyond the most, oh God, is this cheesy
Mm-hmm.
way. And I like that it also paints the picture there where he is not a guy who's given anything she's saying or asking thought. You know what I'm saying? Whenever he says that, like,
Mm-hmm.
it's that I'm so sure about you. He's bullshitting his way through it. He's giving
Yeah.
her the right answers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's saying what he's supposed to say, not saying what he probably really, truly, honestly means. And he might not mean something far from that truth. That might be the truth, but he's saying it in the way that's like, you're my wife, and I know this is the correct thing to say. So she's kind of like, Jesus, just tell me what you really want. Tell me where you're really at, because I know that's not where you are.
Yeah, maybe it's like maybe that's the true difference between men and women, is that it happened to Alice in the span of an afternoon, and she got all the way there, in just her own thoughts. But God damn it, for Thomas to actually go through it all,
Bill.
he had to go through it himself, like he had to literally go through the actions to see what he would have truly done. And like, I think like maybe that's like she does say like after the millions of years of evolution thing, she's like, only if you knew, like she's like, only if you knew. I think it's like we all got the same minds, it's just that.
Yeah, dude. She's like, all I had to do is think about it and go, yep. But I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
You had to go. You paid a prostitute. You didn't sleep with her. You went to a party. You got taken somewhere private. That person told you to get out or you'll die. And then you got taken out. And then you almost died. And then you almost called, your patient, your patient to see if they wanted to. You hung up. Like just bad thing after bad thing after bad thing. Where he's like, you know what? And now it takes this vague threat of the mask on the bed for me to go, I got to tell you everything.
Damn. Yeah. I mean, I guess once you open that can of worms, there is no going back. But man, I thought, he seemed like the guy that would have told her a little earlier, off of his morals that he was spitting earlier in the movie, I feel like. But I think he was. Honestly, homie was just kind of going.
He spends
through
a lot of the. I think he's trying to prove something to himself. Like she calls him tender and sad at the beginning of the movie, and I think he's trying to prove that he's harder. That he's like he's bigger, he's badder, he's not. But you can't present that way whenever the way you introduce yourself is by presenting your doctor credentials like you're a police officer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every time he flops his wallet open and is like, I'm a doctor.
Bro.
It's like, okay.
What is, and that he uses it as like oh no, I'm a doctor, you can let me know. Is like, I mean, I guess
like you can trust me.
Yeah, like a cop, I guess like you are just another guy, like at the end of the day, but like a cop actually has like, I don't know, if they're investigating a case like that's just different. But like just, oh, I'm a doctor is like, no, I feel like that.
He's supposed to have the best intentions, I think is kind of the idea. It's like, because he's a doctor, you're supposed to expect that he wants to help. Like I'm just looking to do the right thing, as it were.
I see.
And ultimately, it works every time. There's nobody who's like, fuck off.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's I guess he has to push a little harder on that diner girl. She's like, I don't think he'd want me to give out his address like that. And it's like, he's like, nah, it's for medical tests. Like for this, you don't understand.
Yeah,
like,
he has to lie
gotta
about
go.
it. Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, I guess it works. And I'm like coming to terms, like I'm on. At least it's my goal to get my doctorate, and like I would have a doctor in front of my name, and that's like Dr. George just sounds like, is that just a first name? Like, are people gonna think my first name is George, and I'm just going by it's but like yeah,
Dr. George.
No shot am I gonna be like, don't worry about it, I'm a doctor, and then pull up my wallet, and be like, show, I don't know, or have like a screenshot of the piece of paper, or what. It's like, yeah, no, I don't know. It's not the the same. But the fact that I love how he is just he's very proud of it. I think I think he's just
No, it's okay. I'm a doctor. And they're
I
like,
got
oh,
this.
okay.
Is this Pee Wee Herman or is it? I don't know why this looks like Pee. I know it's not.
No, it does.
But
That's
man,
Alan Cumming,
so
who is actually a
maybe I know
pretty
him from somewhere.
iconic actor
Yeah.
in the queer community. He is currently the host of Traitors, the reality competition show on Peacock. But he was also Nightcrawler in X2.
Oh my God! Yes,
He's just covered in blue.
Holy shit! Wow, I was like, because I'm like, it's not Pee Wee Herman, but you kind of look like him, but it didn't feel right. Like I'm like, there's something else there. Nightcrawler. Okay, that is, I can sleep.
Pretty big swing
Yes.
in an opposite direction as far as Pee Wee Herman and Nightcrawler is concerned, but it's true.
Yeah. Hey, we got the blue light in this movie though. It's like he wasn't shown in it, I guess, but man, yeah, I'm just like I have the screenshots of the movie open on another tab, and it's like it was a beautiful movie. Like
it's gorgeous.
and
it's gorgeous.
That's like I've never felt that way. Like I've always every time I've watched a Kubrick movie, it's always been that way. Like I mean, I'm never upset with the visuals that are going on. Like they're always very, very pretty. I love the score. This score is I think A Clockwork Orange might still be like my favorite score if I had to choose one. This one is
of a Kubrick movie.
yes, just his. But yeah, this one was I loved the piano, like and just it felt like it was being played like aggressively too, or like very hard,
Right.
and it's like just to give it that more just horror and just very thriller-esque. I loved the feeling, but
I love it. I love it. One of my favorite credits also, Nick Nightingale is played by Todd Field. And Todd Field is he was the director and writer of the 2022 film starring Cate Blanchett, Tar, which nabbed her a Best Actress nomination and him a Best Director nomination, and a Best Picture nomination, and a Best Original Screenplay nomination. Incredible movie. Incredible movie. Kind of one of those movies where, looking back, I love Everything Everywhere All at Once with all my heart. That is one of my favorite movies of all time, and I'm so glad it got recognized by the Academy in such a momentous way because I love it so fucking much. But as far as a movie you would expect the Academy would love and adore and go, oh, we're going to give you all the stuff. Tar is one of those movies. Michelle Yeoh beating Cate Blanchett for Best Actress is a fucking miracle. It's kind of astonishing that happened, and I'm so again happy she did. Michelle Yeoh is one of my favorite actresses ever, but so is Cate Blanchett. So I'm like, both of them are fucking incredible, and my goodness, is Cate Blanchett a marvel in that movie? And that is directed by Todd Field, the guy who plays Nick Nightingale in this movie. And I will say, when it comes to Tar, you will be able to tell that there's a Kubrick influence. So there's kind of like and specifically an Eyes Wide Shut influence. So I think it's cool that there's kind of that connection from an actor taking it into directing, which is fascinating to me.
Yeah, the cast, everyone, obviously I love Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman, but like everyone else was like playing their role really well. Like even the Victor, I don't know, I don't like. Is he in? Would I have recognized him in anything?
Victor is. I don't know that you would have recognized him in anything, but he was a director. Pretty prolific director.
Oh wow! Yeah, a lot of. Wow, this is like the only time. Is this the only time he acted? Wow, like everything.
Yeah, not an actor.
Wow.
Yeah, Sidney Pollack was a very famous director and did a lot of pretty substantial work as a director, but.
Oh, okay.
He notoriously came on set, and it's kind of a lot. Sorry, let me start over. Stanley Kubrick is notorious for having to do a lot of takes. Do a take, do it over and over and over and over and over and over and over. And sometimes that is to get a certain reaction out of the actor. Sometimes it's because something's not working. Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman were like ridiculously good at working with Kubrick is kind of the perception of this movie, is that like they seem to click. Nicole Kidman said it was like the best time she ever had on a movie set. Tom Cruise didn't love it, but he was like, Kubrick's a genius, and I thought it was it was well worth it. I would kick myself if I didn't do it again.
Wow.
And so like one of the interesting stories is that the billiard scene at the end of the movie, whenever he's revealing the whole thing to him, took weeks to film.
Wow.
It took weeks to film because Sidney Pollack, the idea is that Sidney Pollack as a director was pitching ideas for how to block the scene, like how they move throughout it, and where to move the camera and how to have it. And so Kubrick expressly refused to do that and found a million other ways to do it, and did all of them.
Wow. His way of fixing it in post maybe is like, just get it all.
It's like, I'm just going to get every possible angle of this situation, and every single way that you could be moving and all that good stuff. So there's there's a perceived idea that Kubrick might have been being a smartass in his literal method of making the movie when it came to that scene, which is so fucking funny.
Yeah, because I've heard many other like opposite stories of cast members not really liking to work with him, that it was the opposite. But no, I guess like Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman, like they're not small names. They are just very, very working like very A-list people. I think they just I don't know, it makes more sense that they click more. I feel like Jack Nicholson, I don't know, I don't think he complained working with him. I think it was
no, he didn't have a great time.
Yeah, it was just that The Shining overall was just kind of.
The Shining generally, if I recall correctly, was kind of an unpleasant working environment. But again, it was just because Stanley Kubrick is, again, very, very, like, I don't know, precise in his vision and in his work, and he doesn't like other options, really. So I think that it didn't give actors a lot of freedom, and these two, I think, were just kind of okay with that. They were like, yeah, you're Stanley Kubrick, we'll do whatever the fuck you want to do. And, there's kind of it's 99, he's 70, he's late 60s, he's been doing it 35, 40 years. You go, okay, yeah, let's do what you want to do.
Yeah, and him dying, is this all part of the charade? Was this part of the plan? Like, am I crazy for going down this road, or like, is it a prestige, where your whole life is the art? You can't ever not live the magic act in the case of the prestige. Like, you can never break the illusion, or else it's not true. Is like, was this his ultimate plan the whole time? Get enough fame, make myself known, and establish me as one of the filmmaking goats, and then release this movie. Boom. Perfect, this, and then when he dies, it becomes so much more valuable. It proves it in itself. And I hate it's 27 years later now, I guess, and we're still kind of proving it. I feel like we've been shown proof, but still people are not doing anything about it. But it's very, very strange, that he does pass away so quickly. And yeah, I think like it is. I think it could be the literal establishment taking him out, or it is even him part of the act. Did he fake his death? What are the details? I need to know more now about his death. I need to look more into it after this. But at least I know I'm gonna go. I gotta watch Full Metal Jacket at this point, and then maybe the even pre 2000, that Pass of Glory. I don't know, check that out too. Yeah, I just want to round it out.
I mean, he did a lot of stuff prior to that. Doctor Strangelove was a 1964, I want to say. So I mean, that's even pre
on the money.
That's pre Space Odyssey. Barry Lyndon, you would like Barry Lyndon a lot. It's kind of just it's a it's a character piece,
Hmm.
like the full life of a fictional man. It's a fictional man's biopic.
Okay.
Barry Lyndon. Yeah, it's very, very good.
Mm.
Gorgeous movie, unbelievable to look
Yeah.
at. But yeah, Kubrick, incredible filmmaker, incredible catalog, and this for me is my favorite of the bunch.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this is the longest we've recorded about a
This
movie in a long time that wasn't brand
this is
new.
true.
Um,
Yeah. I guess having it on in the background is like it. Yeah.
helps.
Is like
I
man.
am like zeroed in.
Yeah.
I am so locked the fuck in on this thing, and it's inspiring me more as we go. And the only reason I'm really cutting it off now is because I only have like 45 minutes left in the movie, and I could absolutely talk through the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna let it slide because I don't have much more substantial to say about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I will say, prior to us doing the rating, and prior to us,
Mm-hmm.
getting out of here, I'm going to do some plugs. We are also doing a show called Geek with Me, where next week Daredevil Born Again is back with season 2. I can't promise we'll be covering that weekly, but we will at least be covering it bi-weekly. We also have to discuss the Dune 3 trailer, the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer. We're going to play a little game the next episode. It's called the Chain Game. I'm very excited for it. I can't wait to do that. So that's going to be a great episode of Geek with Me, a nerd shit podcast. Got to check that out whenever you get the chance. I would appreciate it greatly. And then also Fire Pod with Me. I brought it up a little bit ago because of the Lynch stuff. If you're a Twin Peaks fan, we've got a Twin Peaks podcast for you. Joseph had never seen it. I was watching it for like the 4th time, and it was a great time letting him guess what the fuck is coming and him never possibly being able to. And if you've never watched Twin Peaks, you gotta. And if you happen to want a podcast about it, we've got it. Fire Pod with Me. We'll be back next week to top off the month of secret societies with Hot Fuzz, the Edgar Wright Simon Pegg picture from 2007. Super fun, super funny. Definitely a change in tone from this. Cannot imagine we'll go for an hour and 40 minutes on it. But it's so fun, dude, and I cannot wait to discuss it. So we'll have that next week, and then we will also have April's slate come that episode. So go ahead and check out that movie in the meantime over the next week. Watch you some Hot Fuzz. Watch the whole Cornetto trilogy while you're at it. Watch Shaun of the Dead. Watch Hot Fuzz. Watch The World's End. You got to check them all out. They're all super good. So, but Hot Fuzz is just the one we're covering next week. But let's rate Eyes Wide Shut. How you feeling on a scale of 1 to 10?
Well, it happens to be a Joe movie, or it happens to be like so yeah, I had a good feeling that this was going to be quite the hit. I just wanted to get to a Kubrick, and Secret Society it was there. I didn't think it would actually be peak Kubrick for me, or Kubrick for me. So like and I think I pretty much had The Shining at a 10. I don't know. I think we did write The Shining a while ago. I wonder what I did give it.
That'd be the old
ago.
Google sheet.
Yeah, I know.
That would be the old Google sheet. And it would have been early in the 52-year journey, so there's a decent chance you were trying really hard to be critical.
Yes.
Also,
this is true. But I mean, we've given a lot of 10s recently, which is like the only reason why I don't want to like keep giving them out. But like it's just kind of like,
that good,
I mean, if it's my
not?
favorite Kubrick, and I already have The Shining, and yeah, man, Doctor Strangelove is that's like crazy. I love this guy actually. Like I love his movies. Like there's not really one I haven't just actually really enjoyed. And like
I forgot one part of the movie that is kind of like he wouldn't cheat on his wife. It's when he goes back to the prostitute's house and is like literally about to have sex with her roommate whenever she's like, and she got HIV, by the way.
Yeah. And she thinks that he has it too, which
because he's like, well, you paid her, so you must have had sex.
Well,
and
shit, dude, I got some news to break to you, man.
He's like, do I want to tell this woman that I paid a prostitute not to have sex?
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, dude, it's too good.
Or is this just a good sign that I shouldn't have sex with this woman? Are all the signs pointing to you just shouldn't fucking do it, buddy? So yeah, let maybe eat my words a little bit on that one. But
what year was The Shining?
Yeah.
What? That was
80.
80. Okay, right on the. Yes, there it is. And the old rating system as well. A 4.9 on a film. 4.5 on enjoyment, 5 in the genre, which gave it a 4.8 or a 9.6 on the 10 scale. So, yeah.
We were so fucking convoluted then. I'm so glad we got away from that.
Woo, dude. Yeah, that is wild. But if The Shining, in all a long story short, is a 9.6, I think I'm comfortable going with the 10 here. Again for
I like it.
For,
I like
for
it a
this one.
lot. When was the last one we gave 10s across the board?
Let's see. Let me get the new sheet open.
Was that? We didn't do that for one battle after
Sinners
another,
was
did we? No,
not.
we went
Yeah,
9,
we
7, 5, and
balanced
10.
it. Yes. So Fantastic Mr. Fox. It's a Wonderful
Yeah.
Life was a 10 across
Okay.
the board. That was Past Lives. Titanic.
Yeah. Yep.
So and Nickel Boys. Okay, so that would be the most recent
Okay.
one. Would have been Nickel Boys.
Okay.
So yes. A couple.
It's an interesting slate of movies. It's tough to. It's like that didn't help me at all. Because I'm like, some of those, yeah, I view Eyes Wide Shut on the same level, and some of them I'm like, no, I don't know that I do. But that's just how high. There's levels to this shit at the 10 category.
true.
So you know what? Let's go 10s across the board. Because my gut feeling was a 10, but I was like, I wonder if I'm wrong for feeling that way, and that hesitation actually worked in the opposite direction. I was like, I don't know why I'm hesitating. I'm going to go ahead and give it the 10 this time.
It was only because of I feel like I've been handing them out too willy-nilly, not because of the movie.
I've been handing them out like candy.
Yeah, it's not because of just the movie. It's like just that I feel like
it's our fault for covering such good
Yeah,
movies, man. That's all that is.
That's true. There's a Frank
we just
Sinatra
keep covering good
freaking
movies. What do you want me to
needle
do?
drop. I don't know if it's actually Frank. That is the original. I didn't even forget what song it was, but in the background of the mansion there was a Strangers in the Night, I think it was.
Oh yeah.
And so, but yeah, it's like I mean, Frank's even in here a little bit. Not really, just the beat. It looks beautiful. It's Tom Cruise, Nicole Kidman, and it's all about secret society that got Kubrick killed. Come on now. I mean, like, yeah, that's it's like let's go.
No, yeah.
So
it's good. This is what's good, man. This is trying to Stanley Kubrick with my eyes wide shut, as Frank Ocean once said.
Dang, is
but
it's I am not. I didn't think I was going to be disappointed with choosing this.
But you're surprised with how
but yes,
pleased
I
you
was.
are,
I was not expecting it to be the tippy top of this man's filmography for me.
Oh, the tippy top is a Kubrick. I love it. I love it. But yeah, I think with that we can conclude your birthday episode. Man, we did it up. We did it up for your birthday, I'll tell you that. That's what happens when you let me record after I've taken an edible to go to bed at night. You give me an edible, you give me 2 drinks, and I'm going to ramble.
The perfect concoction.
And it's over for everybody. Oh, God. Oh, God. I feel fucking fantastic. I feel fucking perfect. I could take down a secret society from within right now. And you know what? I'm going to go find one to do that too.
I feel like I would not have actually had the balls to continue. I would have seen the ritual and been like, yeah, I did forget something in the car. But now, now it's like,
you give me an edible and 2 drinks, I'm up for anything. Let's see what happens. This is kind of exhilarating. No, I'm just kidding. I would never participate in such frivolity. It's evil and despicable. But yeah, Eyes Wide Shut is the shit, man. I loved it. I think we can conclude this episode, like I said before. I was Colton Robertson. I was joined by Joseph George. Thank you very much, homie.
Well, thank you for having me. It is always a pleasure to be here, homie.
Oh, and it is always a pleasure to have you. And remember, fuck ice.